Hey, honey, welcome to the welcome to welcome to your January 18th guidance. Welcome to the Luz Lemire channel. First off, and welcome to your January 18th guidance. Today, I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Oracle to give us our guidance, and if need be, we can call upon our friend Le Tarot for some extra fuckery. If you're down for the cause, come through. January 18th, isn't it? Third Friday of the month. Our guidance, please, for the highest good. Oh, yesterday we got not yet. Today we got time to go. Come through. I love it. Let's get it. Shit. Look, we out here. We are out here. I will actually prop you up, monsieur. Alright. This is gonna be a lot of reading. So, 49. 9. I'm not sure. 9 is still sort of not yet an ending and not yet a beginning either. Not yet a girl, not yet a woman. I'm not a girl, la la, not yet a woman. She looks quite transparent, actually, and she's still not quite at the end of that door. This is funny. It just reminds me of the tunnel I was talking about yesterday. Except the fog is more so... It's dark. It's a tunnel. It's not an open space. Wide open spaces, yeah. Da 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 da. Do spaces. You look how high da 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 da. Dixie Chicks. Those are Dixie Chicks. Wide open spaces, yeah. Okay. Time to go. Endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience. This is nice because I just get to read it, and then that's not actually the nice part. The nice part is it has 3 messages. A general message, a relationship message, and a prosperity message. So, it's nice. You are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. Yes, we know this. This has been a theme. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. And we've been saying that, right? This is something that we've known. Last week on, I forget what day, I think it was the 10th, that reading was something similar to that. And even the one reading with the 5 of Cups and blah blah blah, the Queen of Cups and the was it 2 of Cups in reverse? it was about allowing yourself to cry over the spilled milk, to mourn it, to stop and smell that rose in its way. This is a moment to bless your experience thus far, and I like that. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. That's right. The reading on the 10th, it really moved me because I totally needed to hear that. Excuse me, I don't remember what cards even came up, I just remember the message, the energy around that. It was, when I pulled for myself that day, I got the Observer. And I don't remember what fucking cards came up in that reading, but what I do remember is something I said where it was looking at the space you're in as though you are leaving it. Looking at it from the point of view as an observer, not someone who's currently in it, but it was between worlds and here and now in protection. Yeah, between worlds in the upright and here and now, I think in the upright as well. And I read both of those. Yes, that's what it was. It was about looking at the world you're in now from the perspective of the observer and taking stock. I like that. Let's continue. Of where you're at. But from a removed place. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or let me read that previous sentence again. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There's nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. Take the risk and move on. That's funny. Just gotta remember the pull on that day. I pulled also the 9 and the god dang it, Treasure Island or something. The one with the turtle with the treasure on its back. The relationship message says it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer service to you or the other person, is no longer of service to you or the other person. Remember that whole heart exchanging heart visual I've been talking about, or yesterday with the six of wands in reverse and the 2 of wands, the 4 of wands in the upright, and the 2 of cups, which we've been getting in the reverse. This is a time of letting go. Oh, my ears are ringing. Cool, thanks. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost, although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract. It's more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. That's really powerful. There's a book I've been listening to. It's called Girl Wash Your Face or something to that extent. This woman does tell the story, and she does add a codicil, a caveat where she was dating this man, and she was doing so much for him, and they were together for months and doing all these things together, but he wouldn't claim her. And after, I don't know, some time, I think it was a year or so of this happening, he told her he was moving to another state, and he wanted to end things with her. The thing that they didn't even really had, he wanted to end it. I mean, I respect him for wanting to end it cleanly and not just ghosting. But he told her, hey, whatever we have, I want to end it. I just want to be friends and keep in touch. I want to set roots in this new place that I'm going to. She begged him, pleaded him, please don't leave me, this, that, and the other, and he left. And I don't remember the exact timeline of this, but it seems to have happened, I don't know. But I think after crying herself to sleep and all this stuff, there was a moment where she left her apartment and entered her apartment and looked around it from the observer self. Come through, fuck it up. Yes, come through examples. She looked at her world, her room, her apartment. That's where we kissed. That's where we did this. That's where we did that. That's where we did this. She had been a virgin when she met him, and she was holding on, waiting until she probably got married to have sex, and in an attempt to keep him around for all the while, she had sex with him, but that didn't really help. So a certain part of her, really important part of her, she had given to this person in the hopes that he would love her. He would feel for her what she felt for him. But it didn't work, yeah. So anyway, she's looking at her state that she's in. The one we've been talking about. Come through. And she sees the couch, that's where we did that. There, that's where we did this. There, that's where we did that. And there's something in her head where she said, how could I have... This wasn't the person I wanted to be anymore. That girl wasn't the girl I wanted to be anymore. And it was in that moment where I wish I could actually repeat exactly what she said. It's a book on tape, so I don't have the book to read it to you, this section. But she looked at it and she really saw everything, right? The light of the sun. It was no longer, she saw what she had been, what she'd been doing, how she'd been living. And she's like, I don't want this for myself anymore. So I think it was soon after the breakup, actually. So he called her one of these days after she picked up, and he's like, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? I'm just calling to talk about you, da-da-da. He started talking about other stuff, not really letting her break, and then not really letting her talk. And in the past, she used to let him ramble, let him talk, and da-da-da-da-da. Very familiar. And she just this time was very quiet, listened to what he was saying, and then she went, hey. And he stopped talking. And she goes, I don't want to be friends with someone who, with you. Because he said he wanted to be friends, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to be friends with someone who, I don't know what she said. But she went from essentially being what she called herself, a doormat, being and doing everything that would please him and keep him, forsaking herself and her dignity and her pride, her sense of self, her sense of worth. And she said, I don't really want that. I don't want what you're offering. I don't, she spoke up for herself. I wish I could remember what she said, but she spoke up for herself, and she said, bye. She left him. And she said she slept soundly that night, very soundly. And the next morning, she woke up. It was either the next morning or a couple days later, I don't know, shit. She woke up to banging on her door. Opened it, and there he was. They're now married, with kids. And they have a beautiful partnership, or at least that's what she says, And by that I mean, I don't know her life, I don't know her story. My brother gave it to me for Christmas or something, I don't know, to read. I think it was months ago. And I'm finally getting around to listening to it. It's 22 whatever. So now she says it doesn't happen all the time at all. But sometimes, often, you have to be willing to walk away. So for those in a relationship or those in business or whatever this means for you, sometimes we can't have one foot in and one foot out. Eventually there comes a point where we have to take a stand and say, I want this, and we take both feet standing in the same place. So I like this. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So, the prosperity message. This message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You've finished your tasks and can rest assured that this ending will open up a new, powerful avenue of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. There are giants in the sky. You have done all you can. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life, and remember that when you close one door, another opens. What door are you closing today? What door are you preparing to close today? Keep your light on, and good luck.